Hello, friends. Some things bear repeating. And I think today I want to repeat or deepen or emphasize something that feels it really takes time to grasp this, what I'm going to talk about, because it doesn't make sense if you just look into the world. It doesn't make sense what I'm going to say. But if you feel inside yourself, it makes 100% sense. Because this is the sense that I'm talking about. And this is the sense that I want to invite you over and over and over to connect with and start listening to and start trusting. Learn the language of it. And of course, it's your intuition, it's your soul sense. But what I want to talk about today that I find so important is that we are being played. I don't think I've talked about it specifically like that, but we are being played up against each other over and over and over. And if you don't take that step back so you can see what is going on, then you will be part of that drama in the world that is playing out with you and most other people. And when I say you, you may not be doing it, but there might be others, or you are one of the players in the drama of life. The only reason, if this is indeed you, the only reason that you are still playing that role and are being played is because you are saying yes to it. You're saying yes to this role where you take a stand for something against something else, where you're taking a stand where you feel like you know and they don't. I'm right, you're wrong. My friends, this is division. This is what whoever those powers are, the powers that need your fear and anger and emotional attachment food to keep going. This out here is not going to continue if we stop feeding it. This is about as clear as I can be today. The drama you don't like or you claim you don't like out there is only perpetuating itself because you keep feeding it. Does that make sense? Can you can you feel can you feel that? Can you get some kind of an aha or an opening or yeah, that makes sense, something like that? Or are you clearly like, no, they're wrong, I'm right, and that is the end of the story? I don't even want to see it as that we are being played. And both sides are being played. And there's so many sides that are set up against each other so that we stay divided and stay in duality and stay attached and identified with the false matrix, which is not the reality of existence. It is an expression, an experience that is happening as a limited program in our minds. And as long as we feed that program, as long as we engage in it, as long as we take sides, as long as we blame and are angry and, look what he's doing now and look what he did last time and he's I mean, it goes on. And I do see some of these, what should we call them, arguments and righteous arguments happening on social media a lot. And if you are part of that drama, you're part of creating it. Just take a moment. If this is new to you, or if you've heard before, but you don't want to hear that, or wherever you are on that spectrum, just take a moment and just feel into that. What what is it like for you to hear me say that? And of course, it's totally up to you how you want to receive it and what you want to do with it. That's on your side. My side is to just speak what is very alive in me, because what I see is going on. It's like, oh my God, can't you see what's happening? We are being played, but only the ones who choose to engage in that, they are part of the play, the part of the drama. Remember, I have done a number of videos on the drama triangle. There has to be a perpetrator, there has to be a victim, and there has to be a rescuer. So, what part are you playing? And who is the perpetrator in your drama triangle? And who's the victim? Is it you because you're so angry that you basically are a victim of your own unmet and unintegrated emotions? Or are you trying to be the rescuer, by telling people about what's going on? So maybe one person will get it and agree with you, and then you have rescued one person. But my friends, you can only rescue yourself. You can only rescue yourself from your own inner perpetrator and from your own victim that is basically being played and therefore is a victim of the drama out there. I think we all have the same three roles, but we need to become aware of them so that if you want to be a victim, at least you know that you're doing it consciously. It's very different than if you're just pulled in and you don't even know what's going on. And if you want to be the perpetrator because you hate that person so much, let's say the one in the government that many people hate. So are you a victim, a rescuer, or perpetrator? Maybe you are a perpetrator by, doing this, or maybe you are a rescuer, whatever you're identifying with. Please take a good look at this. It's really time that we stop this playing around. There is something so much more beautiful happening, and you miss it. You literally miss the boat, you miss the train, you miss the timeline. If you keep engaging in this drama triangle, this play, where you're being played, where you're not in your sovereignty, what do you want? Do you want to be free, or do you want to be part of the drama, trauma, triangle, cycle, play, whatever? Choose. Choose wisely. Choose now. Find out what do you get from doing this drama thing? What part of you is fed by it? And I have talked about it before. Usually it is that it gives us some sense of feeling empowered because we have been playing the victim for so long. So the only way we can get out of victimhood is like perpetrator, boom, And that might be a good thing for a while if you do it consciously. If you do it unconsciously, you're simply just being recycled in this triangle and you're not getting out. My friends, it is time to take off your costume in this play where you are being played. Take it off and come home to feel what is it in you that, oh, I want my costume. I want my costume, the angry one, the rescuer one, whatever it is. Feel what that is in you that keeps grasping for something here while saying like, no, I want to be free. I want a loving world. I want to move into the new earth and the oneness and the peace. And oh no, I want this. I want this. So these are the emotional attachments that I've talked a lot about. There are some videos on that. That's what keeps us stuck in the play where you are being played because the strings are such that they will activate what is not resolved, what is not healed, what is not integrated yet. So as long as we carry this, we go for the strings that pull us out. Once you settle it in yourself, heal it, and please reach out if you need support. This is what I do. This is what I actually love to do to help people find that truth in them and help, sort out lovingly what's getting in the way and how that can soften so this is not running your life anymore. But this is really where we are at. Once this dissolves inside by the deeper work that we do, these strings, they're nothing. They're nothing. For a while, you might go like, what is that? Why did I get so pulled in by that? And then you start realizing it was because I had some emotions in there from my childhood, from my teenager time, from past lives, who knows what, that were still living as a contraction inside of me and undigested emotions. And those were the ones that kept being activated while these strings were pulling you onto the stage again. But once they dissolve, you just notice you walk through life peacefully, clear, sovereign, absolutely not interested in leaving this for the strings. It's like been there, done that. I'm not going to do that again. Doesn't mean you might be not be pulled out sometimes, but you'll catch it because you can feel it. It's like, oh my God, that feels so awful. I remember that. Like, I do not want to do that again. So you just say no thanks. You don't touch it. You just do your best to not touch it. There's no perfection. We all can only do our best. But this is the invitation for all of us. If we want a different world to live in, you bet you need to deal with this, soften it, dissolve it, so eventually you can just let it go and let it go and let it go. And then you move in to your true essence, to your sovereignty, to your divine power. You start letting it out. And you know that you don't know how to do it, what it's going to do, but you can just stay here. You can stay as an open prayer. It's like, yes, I'm willing, thy will. I'm willing. I don't know how. I'm willing. And you live like that. You walk around in the world like that. And then you start noticing that things might change. And the first thing that will change is that you start feeling a lot better inside because you're not feeling the drama. You've healed it in here, so you don't need it projected out here anymore. I'm on my soapbox today, aren't I? Sometimes it's just like, it just comes like that, and I just go with it. And it feels really good. And that is when sovereignty comes in. It can be very like a sharp sword. It has to, because there's a lot of illusion to cut through. There's a lot of attachments to, to be exposed and be seen. And then we can choose, like, my God, do I want to keep living like that? So that's my little soapbox talk for today. It's actually fun, I must say. And then, of course, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Go through the older videos that are always, I post up here, and they're often also in the description. Reach out to me if you need support. Seriously. If you are still stuck in this drama, you probably need some support. Doesn't have to be with me. It can be with anybody that you feel safe with and that you trust. That's totally fine. But do it. Do it, do it, do it. Have a beautiful day.